Hello everyone and welcome back to Keepsakes by Patty Cakes. I hope you all are doing well today. Today I was excited to show you something that was inspired by Rachel at roxycreations' mom. She did in her last tag challenge, not her weekly challenge, but one that she's doing in doing slow stitching on tags. Her mom had made some pansies, so I wanted to try and do it, although mine didn't turn out as nice as her mom's. I wanted to show you what I'm doing anyway. So the first one that I did came out a flop. It's not done yet, but as you can see, well, this yellow won't be showing. I'm doing some embroidering on it, and there will be more colors in here and stuff. So that was my first one, and that was done with felt. Then I went and bought 5 different satin ribbons from Joann's, and didn't realize how expensive they were until I already bought them, and found out that they're not the right thing to use either, because you need satin ribbon that has the sheen on both sides, which you can still use it, but and then those came out like this. I don't know if you can see. It's got the little tongue here, and if I show it up close, let's see if you can see it here. The sheen, the shiny side and the not so shiny side, that's what I'm talking about. So that was another one that I did. And then I tried one out of strips of material, and that was this one here. And as you can see, this is the back side of the material right here. And this was material I got from my friend Deborah. And then I just did a yellow and a little bit of embroidery in the middle. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. And I was thinking about it, and probably the best thing to use would be either the double-sided satin, which is very expensive, or silk ribbon would be perfect. And I have some sari silk here, which I just have some different colors, and I thought maybe I'd give that a go for one. And I don't know, maybe use these two here, or this would even go too with one of these, but maybe we'll do that color, and then do one with ribbon. But it might be easier for me to show you with ribbon first on how to make these. So what you'll need is, I'll go ahead and try this color here. It's something that is about 1 inch in width, 1 inch in width rather. Just take this off and cut that little bit off. And then for the satin ribbon, to keep it from unraveling, you just take a lighter across it real quick to burn the edges. And the first one, you're going to need a strip about 11 inches long. Just measuring it out on the board here. Oops. And then we'll also burn that edge. And then you're going to need one that's 8 inches long. Okay. And then you're also going to need a thread and needle. You can either match it or not. For this one, I'm just going to use some regular colored thread. If I can get it out. Oh, I think I took the wrong, no, I didn't. There we go. I thought I took it out of the wrong end. Oops. And then whenever you make your knot, what I've found easiest is to leave a tail at the end of the knot. For the satin, you have to make a pretty thick knot so it won't go through, but I'm leaving a good sized little tail on there. It just helps with tying it all together if you want to do it that way. You don't have to, you can just sew it more tightly together, but this has just worked easier for me. Okay, so first we're going to take the 11-inch. This one got a little bit of tape still on it, but I'm not going to worry about that. And you're going to fold it in half. Before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and singe the end of the 8-inch one too. Okay. You're going to fold that in half and crease it with your finger, and you're going to fold it in half again. Okay, then we're going to open it back up, and you can take a pin or a clip, whatever you want. I think I got some out here. And then on this side where you have it, you're going to take this corner and come down to the bottom. Just fold it over like that, and then pin it in place or clip it in place, whatever you have to hold it there. And then you're going to do the same thing with the other side. That looks really big to me for some reason, but I'm just going to go with it. I hope I'm not showing you wrong. And what this piece here is the tongue of it without these two pieces. I call this the tongue. That's like the part at the bottom that's bigger than these two petals here. So that's what we're making right here. So all you're going to do is take your needle and thread, and you're going to go into this part of it and just sew some loose, like cinching stitches in it. Okay, so we got 2 there, and then we're going to go up this side, around here, along the top, along this side, and down this side, and back over. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. And I'm not real fast at doing this like some people are, so that's all you're going to do is stick your needle in and out, in and out. And if your needle feels full, just pull it through. And then we're just going to keep going. Oops. Now I'm just going to hold this here and take my needle out. We're going to go ahead and sew along here too. And pull that through. Oops, I got a knot. Okay. And then we're going to keep going along the top edge. Be careful you don't jab yourself. I've did that quite a few times, so I'm not real good at sewing, and had it stuck inside my finger, which isn't too fun. Okay, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna take this pin out and just hold it down while we're sewing. Excuse me for the sniffles. I haven't been feeling well for the past week. And I think I got a cold and other issues going on. The same old, same old. And then back across this end, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're just going to pull this along the whole thing and pull it tight. Looks like I got something going on here. Hold on. Looks like I had a knot or something clear back in the beginning. Oh, there we go. No, it was just how I pulled it. So we're just going to pull that all the way up, okay? And then what you'll do, here's your other end. You see, and it kind of folds. And this is how it comes out. And you'll see the tongue is going to be the shiny part on this one. And I'm just trying to straighten it out so you can see. But when we cinch it all together, this part here, you're going to need to sew to the other side. So what I do is I pull it as tight as I can on this side that's attached to the needle. And I tie it in a knot right here. But you don't have to do that. You can just, sew it in. But it helps me keep it pretty tight. Whoops. You got to watch to not pull this one out. So let me go ahead and do that. And that's going to kind of be off camera because I use my teeth too. 1 second. If you can see, I'm just going through to tie a knot. And then I let that drop and then I'll tighten it up. Don't hold the needle side in your mouth though. If you're doing stupidly, you might like me. Okay, so I got one tied, and I'm just going to go through and tie another knot. Oh, that came loose. I'm just trying to hold that down. Oops. It's easy if you have somebody else helping you too. But as you can see, after I tied that knot, it's sort of together like that. And so now you want to, whichever side you want to be the front or back, which since I have the string on this side, this is going to be my back. And this one you can actually cut off now. Just snip that off and then do your best at stitching these two pieces together. So just take your needle and thread and go through all of this back. And then after you do that, you can knot it. It's kind of tough going through all the layers, but you'll get it. Just see how it looks in the front. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put a couple more stitches back here and then knot it off. Okay, that's one part of the flower done. So I'm just going to cut that off. And this is the top part of the flower. Now for the bottom part, you're going to fold it in half, okay? And then you're going to come over. And if you can see, the middle is going to go right in the center of this side. So the sides will be even. And then we'll pin that. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to sew here, up here, across, down, and back over. So I'm going to go ahead and knot my string again, my thread. Oops, didn't get it the same. There we go. And we're just going to do the same thing. And you kind of want to get it, the stitches about the same length going around. Okay, I'm going to pull my needle out because I know where I'm going to stitch, how I'm going to stitch that down. Go back down this side. And back across on this side. Okay. And we got that all sewn together. Now on this one, you're going to do the same thing and pull it all together. Okay. And you'll see, since the ribbon is two-sided, one side's going to be shiny and one side not with the satin ribbon. Unless if you get the double-sided, that's what I was talking about. And that's the bottom part of your flower, which goes underneath here. Okay, so on this one, I had two knots in there, that's why it's looking funny. But on this one, I'm just going to sew it without knotting it this time. And I'm going to go about where I knotted it and do it really tight. Cut that one off. And there's your bottom leaf, two leaves here. So then at this point, you can sew them together like this, or have a different color back here, like I have one that's dark blue already made. Okay, and you can do the dark blue behind it, which looks really pretty. So here's the thing, it depends on what you're going to put in the middle. You could hot glue these together, okay? Or use Fabri-Tac, but you're not going to be able to sew through the center. So like here, I did a couple little French knots in it. Or if you want to glue them together, you could just take, let me see, it's usually yellow, but you could use anything you wanted, really. It would look pretty. Like, let me take one of these off and show you. These are Tim Holtz gumdrops. So we'll just take one of these out. I don't know, they might be too big. Let's see. But you could just glue one of those in the center. Like that. That would be pretty. But for this video's sake, I'll just go ahead and sew them together to show you how I do that. Just gonna cut this off. And we'll use the dark blue one. Maybe I'll just end with this one, and I don't know. I hate to keep you on a long time to do the other one. But all I'm going to do is sew through the back. Nah. I'll do them together like I did before. Oops. This. Oops, goes like this. Go through the center of this one. And what I did on my other ones, I went through the back instead of coming through the front, so you can't see the thread. Okay, and I'm going to go back down through the blue one. Whoops, sorry, I probably was off screen there. And then I'm going to go back through, kind of hold this apart so I can see where I'm going. I'm going to go through the back of this one again, the blue, lighter blue, and then I'm going to go back down through the dark blue. Okay, and then pull that tight, but don't break your string. Okay, and then you just make a knot in the back. You can either use the part you started on and make a knot, or you could do both kinds of knots. Okay, and then cut this one off. And then I'm also going to knot it in the back the normal way. Oops, don't want to go through again. Oh my goodness. It's tough. Tough stuff. And I've seen some people, getting ahead of myself, let me cut this off. I've seen some people take a fabric marker or marker, and there's your flower. And what they'll do, as you know, pansies have black coming out of the centers usually, and you could take a marker like this and, you know, put some lines in, or you could do that, you know, with thread. But I'm just trying to make this easy, so I'm not even going to do that. Then you're going to take your yellow, and I have 6 strands of yellow embroidery thread, and I'm just going to knot the end. Oops. And all I did on the other ones is stuck it up through the center, and I put a couple of loose French knots, which you can put, like I said, whatever in the center. Usually pansies have yellow in the center. That's why I chose to do the yellow. But one French knot usually, oh, that one went through, usually will not fill it up. Cut this off. That one went down inside, sorry. I'll just do another one. I can see it in there. It's going to make a fool of me. But I think I did like 3 of them in my other ones, just so they'll show up half decent. The yellow in the middle. That one's better. There you see you have some yellow now. And then you can do it a couple more times if that's not enough. And get it up through there. I try to take it through some of these loose parts because this forms a circle where you've pulled it and cinched it into a circle. So I try to take it up through some of those little things too, to kind of hold it all together, which you can sew it together more before doing this part. But I'm just doing it easy way. Okay, there's a little bit more yellow. I'm going to put a little bit more here if I can. Catch some of the outside of the blues. Okay. And there we go. So I'm just going to put a knot in this just to secure it. Maybe take it through the back once. Oh, stuff's thick. Whoops. I ended up cutting my material. It's okay, it's on the back. There's that little piece of string poking out there. And there we go. So I hope that was okay for you to follow. And these are what you get. I could show you again on the sari silk, but it'll just be the same. If you'd like to see it again with the sari silk, let me know and I'll go ahead and do that, but I don't want to waste all your time. So I thank you for joining me today, and hope that maybe you'll like to make some of these. Either, you know, you can add them to paper clips or pins on the front covers of your journals. There's so many things you can do with them. So I just wanted to share that with you because I thought they were so cute. So I hope everyone has a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.